We divide the project into several stages or milestones. The first milestone will be on the group formation. Because it is based on a teamwork, you may have to find a teammate. And I have created a link for you to find your teammates already. So if we go to the course web page, on the right hand side we have a link created. Look for teammates. If we go to this link, it will be a link to a spreadsheet. And we can open it with a Google spreadsheet instead. So in this page, generally we provide a list of students who are enrolled in this course in the semester. So we have a student name, as well as the FSU ID of the students, and the status of the students if they are looking for a teammate or not, as well as some comments or some other information. Now, for example, if Eric is looking for teammates, Eric is according to the login ID, we can have the Eric email to be ea15d@myfsu.edu. So in other words, based on the login ID, you can have the email. You can have an email address of the students for contacting them. So this column denotes name, and this column denotes ID. This column denotes status. And right now, I think everyone are looking for teammates. And if you have found your teammates already, then you can change this yes to no instead. And I also suggest you change the color as well from the green, for example, to red instead. If you have a teammate already, then your status will be no and with red as the background color. I think finally the whole list will turn into red because everyone will find a teammates. In this semester, we have about 32 students because the first line is the name information. So we have 32 students. And each team may have 2 members, therefore we will have about 16 teams formed. I think everyone should be able to find a teammates if we have a team with 2 members. Right? Okay, if you have found your teammates already, please change this one to no, and so no one will contact you by emails. And if you're looking for some teammates, please be active in reaching out to other members or students in the class. You can send them an email based on their login ID. And at the same time, if you want someone else to contact you, you can provide your numbers. For example, here, you can provide a number like 312-111-222, and then you can see some information. Text me if you are looking for teammates, right? Something like this. You can provide some information in this column. At the same time, you can provide more detailed information as well. For example, if you are working on a research project, you are looking for a teammate to publish a top-tier conference paper. Right, you can provide some attractive information in this column, so someone else will contact you. So, according to my previous experiences, I'd like to suggest you be active in reaching out to look for some other members to work with you. And don't wait, because if everyone is waiting, then no one will be able to find teammates. Please be active in reaching out to contact other members to form a team. It will be very important. Also, please be careful because in this semester, if you form a team, then your team will be tiered up. In other words, you cannot break up with your teammates during the semester. You have to work out together for the whole semester for the project. Therefore, you may want to find someone who is reliable or who you know well. If you know some friends in the name list, please be active in reaching out as early as possible. Because everyone is looking at teammates. If you reach out very late, then you probably have no choices anymore. So please be active, be early in finding your teammates. Okay, so if you have any problems in in finding teammates, you can also let me and the TA know. Finally, if you cannot find teammates, then TA will probably tier you up with someone else in the course randomly. And so this will be the last choice if you cannot find a teammates. Okay, this is about for the team formation. So for the stage 1 of the project will be for the team formation or group formation. Please find a partner in the class and begin to discuss the project problems and ideas. For stage 1, we may have to submit a report to Canvas. In the report, please include your team name. You may choose a cool name and also include all the members in the team, like the member name, FSU ID, and the email address, etc. And the TA will tier you up in the Canvas system because for members in the same team, you will receive the same grade for the whole semester. So please find someone who you are willing and happy to collaborate with on the project. And besides the team information, you may also have to choose the flavor of your project, either on the research or on the implementation. I received email from students asking for the stage 1 for the project. This will be just a team formation. Provide your team name and all the members. So therefore, we have no points assigned for stage 1. Then we can come to the stage 2 on the project proposal. So for the report of stage 2, please write a report about your proposal, which will be about 1 or 2 pages, should be enough, and should explicitly state the following information. The first one will be your project type, either research or implementation. Research is required for the PhD students, and implementation will be optional for the master's students only. And if it is an implementation flavor project, please also indicate the paper you want to implement, including the title, conference name, as well as the year when the paper was published. We have some requirements, right? The paper should be published on or after 2009. You also need to provide the problem your project will address, your project goal and motivation, as well as the rough ideas of your methodology and plan for your project. So generally, in the proposal, you need to provide a high-level idea for your project in this semester. If you have research background, I think this proposal should be very easy for you because it generally covers some basic information for your paper, right? And if it is on the implementation, I think it should be relatively easier because you just need to read the paper and then write down some necessary information for the project. And be sure to structure your plan into a set of incremental and implementable milestones, include a schedule for the meetings of them. Also, you need to provide the resources needed to carry out your project, as well as the workload distribution among members in the team. So this will be for the project at stage 2, which accounts for 10% of your whole project points. Then the next stage will be on the literature review, and the team may have to determine the exact paper idea you want to implement or research at this stage. But this one is just for a rough idea, and then we move to more specific information and idea for the project. And for the implementation flavor project, please include the paper information, title, conference, journal, publication year, and author in this report. Your survey is between 2 or 3 pages long for double column, or 4 to 6 pages long for a single column, and should also place a particular focus on the technical discussions on how existing algorithm, methods, and solutions are different from the work you propose, and why it is effective for solving the problem compared with the others. So in this stage, you have to provide a survey, and the survey should include a comparative justification for the pros and cons of different work with technical details. Through this survey, you have to be able to convince the others that you are addressing or implementing something fundamentally new, is a brand new problem or a novel approach to a known problem, and you have known existing state-of-the-art methods for this problem. If you want to wonder what will be like the survey for this stage of submission, here in this page I will provide you with a link about a survey example. Let's go to this link. We can go to this link. There will be a survey paper on algorithm for keyword search on graph data. You can access this paper by clicking this link. And in this page, we will have access to the survey paper. We can see here. It shows the abstract. It shows the survey title, all the information, the abstract keywords, as well as the contents. So the first section will be on the introduction, and then we have some other information. And you can try to download by accessing the campus network. If you know how to connect to the VPN, you should be able to download the paper. And then you can use it as a reference for writing the survey for stage 3. This stage will count for about 20% of your final grade for the project. So stage 2 is on a rough idea of the proposal. So stage 3 will be on the specific idea of the project. And then we go to the stage 4, which will be on the status report. And the status report is 1 or 2 pages long, single column, and should contain enough implementation data analyzed to show that your project is on the right track. Once you provide a report, I can know how is your project going right now, because we generally have enough experiences to know the progress of the project on both research and implementation. And you should revise your original proposal to accommodate to TAs and instructors' comments, along with any surprising results or changes. And you sometimes also need to have a refined version of the problem statement as well. So for this stage, you will need to have a report. In the report, we may expect some contents. The first one will be a clear and specific problem you want to solve, as well as the basic target of your project, what you plan to do for the project, your assumptions of the method and how they are different from others, your software, tools, data sets you plan to use in the project, as well as detailed plan for experiments you plan to do in the project. And you will need to provide the current status and the partial results if you have any already, and a brief plan for the remaining 1 month. Generally, we may require the report to be ready 1 month before the final deadline. So this status report for stage 4 will account for about 10% of your project points. Finally, we will have the last stage, which is on the final report and the software or source code. So the final report should extend your previous write-ups into a conference-style paper with 5 to 10 pages, either single or double columns. And the report should also present the research problem and summarize your contributions in the first section. And a survey of related work in the related work section, as well as include a detailed description of your method, algorithm, analysis, and implementation in the technical section, and describe the evaluation methodology and significant results in the evaluation section, and finally present your conclusions in the summary section. So for team, the report should also include a paragraph explaining for each group member the contributions and duties in the project. Please also specify a hard line through which you can download your source code, software, data set for reproducing your experiment results. Also for this stage, we will also require a demo video from the students. You can do a video explaining your project in details, and you can upload the video to the YouTube and also include a link in the report so the TA can see your demo videos. And for this stage, the software source code should also be submitted. Please provide the TA with your complete source code, datasets, and runnable software in one package. And you can provide it as a link from the Dropbox, GitHub, or some other sites you can use. And please also include a README and specify how to install your software and all the script files specifying how to compile and run your software and all the experiments. And please demo your project with a video to a TA for 20 minutes, and you can upload the video to the YouTube and send the TA with a link in the report. As to the programming language, students can use any language they prefer. They can either use C or C++, C#, Java or Python for the programming. If you're working on a research project which are closely correlated with machine learning or data mining, I think the Python will be easy to use because we have so many different toolkits in Python. And for the other language, if you know to use them, that should be fine for me actually. And students can use libraries or online code during the implementation. However, such source code will not be counted or considered as your workload. So Please do submit the final report as required for stage 5, which will be account for about 60% of your final points.